everybody. So today we are going to be talking about Google Slides because you are going to be using Google Slides in your upcoming dramaturgy project. Now, some of us aren't familiar with Google Slides, so that's why I am making this video, so you can become familiar. Google Slides is a presentation software. It's similar to like Microsoft PowerPoint. It's my favorite presentation software. As you can see, I use it a lot. How you get to Google Slides. One thing's for you could just go to Google, type in Google Slides, it'll pop up. Another, if you go over here, if you've signed into Google, you can go over to this grid, go on down, it's right there, and it will lead you to this page. Now, once you are here, as you can see, I have all these that I've already made, but if I wanted to make a blank one, I go over here to New Presentation, click on the blank button. And now I have a really boring, plain Jane white presentation. Now let's say I wanted to jazz this up a little bit. Well, I can go over here to themes, and there you have a whole bunch of different themes over here to make my presentation look a little bit more appealing to the eye because you want to have your audience be interested. I really like this one. I think it's got a lot of jazz to it. So now I have this beautiful presentation here. So I'm going to title my PowerPoint, and I'm going to do it in the dramaturgy style for our project, which I'm going to do Waiting for Godot, the musical. I think that's fun. And then always say who did the work. Always take credit for yourself. Now I have this beautiful title page, right? So let's say you wanted to add an extra slide to your presentation. Well, you got this handy dandy little thing over here. Now this plus will just add just this random body slide, but I like to have a little bit more agency. So I click on the down tab and I have all of these lovely slides to choose from. I'm going to go with section header, and this is just to tell my audience what I'm going to be talking about next, which is going to be costumes. I type that in the text box and it's good to go. Now that I have my header, I'm going to go back in and I'm going to do a body page, but I just want this one over here. So I go in here, and this slide I'm going to call, oops, if I could spell, costumes for men, right? And the costumes for our two male leads are going to be brown suits. That's what they're going to be. Now, let's say you wanted to demonstrate what a brown suit looked like. There's a couple of different ways you can add a picture into Google Slides. Both ways, you're going to go to Insert, you're going to go to Image. Now, you can upload from your computer if you already have the image saved to your computer, or you can search the web, and search the web over here brings up a Google Images tabs, and I'm just going to go brown suits, and it'll bring me up several brown suit pictures. This one has a dog in it, but that's not a brown suit. There we go, brown suit. That's what I'm going to use. And I'm just going to drag it over, and now I have this beautiful image of a brown suit. I'm just going to size that down, and you can see right here these little red lines. The red lines denote the middle of the slide, so from top to bottom, that's the middle. But also, if you look over here from right to left, that is the middle, and then the crosshairs is the direct middle. So I'm just going to have that in the middle of the slide, and there we have our beautiful, you can see what a brown suit is, right? Let's also say I wanted to add a video. So I'm going to go to this caption slide here. First things first, I'm going to center that text just so it's pretty, and I'm going to move that to the middle right here, because I don't like things being off center. And in this slide, I'm going to have a dance piece that we're going to put into our production. So let's say I wanted to add a video. So I go back to Insert, and then I go to Video. Now there are three ways you can add a video. You could search it on YouTube. You could enter the URL of the video, or if you have your video uploaded to Google Drive, you can search your Google Drive for that video. I'm just going to search YouTube, so I'm going to say musical dance number, right? There's some videos in here. We're going to do, let's see, there's music. There we go. Great. What is this? This is some children dancing in a field. We love to see it. And then I'm just going to center that right where's my center? Come on, where's my center? There it is. Center that. And now I can play this in the slide itself when it comes time to present. Speaking of which, let's talk about presenting. So I'm going to go to the slide I want to start presenting on and then go up here. Now, if I just click this button, it'll start playing from wherever I want to go. It'll full screen it, so it takes up the entire screen, and then you're ready to go. You can go forward by pressing the space bar, and you can go backwards by pressing the left arrow key. You can also go forward by pressing the right arrow key. There's a bunch of different things. And if you want to click out of it, you press the escape button. But there's also another handy dandy little feature called presenter view. So presenter view is your audience sees this, right? They won't see all this, right? And it has a bunch of different tools. So you can see what your audience is saying plus what's coming up next. Also, here, if you go escape, it's hidden by this, but right here is where you can add speaker notes. So if we go back here, you can see your speaker notes that are right here. There's also audience tools they'll see a little logo, or not logo, what's that called? URL at the top, and they can type in questions that it'll appear for you here, and then you can select one and say, oh, let's bring this up in the presentation. And then you can see how that URL is up there at the top. So that is a quick, dirty rundown of Google Slides. Of course, you can go more in depth into Google Slides. It's a very deep program. You can get very complicated with it very quickly. But this is just a quick overview of what Google Slides is and how to make it work